Please, everyone, welcome Clare Wei. She is a member of the Awakening Translations community. I was explaining that many people around the world have the same idea at the same time. We were picking up in the same energy when we started reading this book, Jesus, my Autobiography. People from all over the world was just reading and saying, wow, this is too good. I want my mom to read, but she can't speak English. Okay, let's look for somebody to translate it to Chinese, to Portuguese, to Spanish. And then nobody was interested. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Translate yourself. That's her self-telling. And we listened to the call, and I translated I'm translating to Portuguese, you translated to Chinese, and many other members of this community translated to other language. Right now, we are covering 8 languages. That's amazing. But today, we're going to talk about you, how that happened to you. Before we started, I always like to ask my guests, how was your spiritual evolution until now? The reason why I ask is because I want people to look at us as like them. We are no better than them. We are just doing the work, listen to our internal guidance, and learning to connect to the divine part of us. And what we are doing, anyone can do from the place you are right now. So tell us, how was your spiritual evolution?
You are already asking me. I think
how was your spiritual evolution that you can share with us?
Okay. Actually, since I was a child, I started to have what you would call the philosophical thinking. Mm-hmm. But back then, I didn't realize why I was thinking that way. I remember when I was in a primary school age, I was wondering if the world I see is real or not. But I didn't realize how I had that kind of a feeling. And I was wondering if other people have the same feeling as mine. But until I read A Course in Miracles, I realized why I was feeling that way. But back then, I didn't realize how come I had a kind of a wondering. But my spiritual journey started very early because since I was in the high school, I was inspired by my teacher, Chinese teacher, who was Buddhism practice. So she introduced some Buddhism philosophy to me. I was very interested in that, but I didn't really dive into it because I just focused on the school curriculums, studies and pursuing the university. But when I was in the university, I came across a spiritual group. They mainly studied ancient philosophies like Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, that kind of philosophy and practice. So I joined that group for quite a long time, I think 20-something years. Mm-hmm. So after I graduated from the university, I dedicated myself into this kind of practice and to know the truth of life and the truth of what we call the reality or the universal laws, the kind of aspects. And however, in 2009, actually later 2008, I knew A Course in Miracles by a friend, and then since early 2009, I started to study A Course in Miracles and the practice of the daily lessons. So 2009, my main focus was studying the course, and then my perception and my understanding of the the truth of the reality or the truth of spirituality was different from what I had learned before in the past. But actually, some philosophies are quite similar. But there is a basic difference is about the guilt. The truth about God and the reality of this universe and the truth about our true self. Since the philosophies and the practice that I had involved in the previous spiritual group, all talking about is all about how to get rid of your karma by some kind of a spiritual work. You have to do something in order to clear your sin or to pay back your karma. A kind of a philosophy. So, but there was a time I started to doubt this kind of a principle or this kind of a perspective is true or not, because I somehow feel quite in deeper, the inner part of myself, I feel something missing or something not quite right, because I didn't feel peace in that kind of a practice. Yeah. I didn't feel I get my perspective expanded. I just feel I was in a cycle, just more work. Even I have done many things. I have put my effort to do everything I was taught to do to clear my karma. I still feel I have endless karma to clear, So that kind of a loop, yeah. So until I came across A Course in Miracles, I realized, all the understanding, all the principles that I have learned, or the understanding I accumulated from the past spiritual practice was not quite fitting to the truth of the reality. So A Course in Miracles helped me to change my perception about the reality, especially the truth about myself. This is the key point, because everything is extended from how we see ourselves. That is what the Course says, self-image or self-concept. Yeah, so this is my turning point in my spiritual journey. Yeah, so this is briefly share how I came across A Course in Miracles, but maybe later we can talk about Jesus' autobiography. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I will change the order of my questions a little bit since you already talked about A Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
I would ask how The Course in Miracles impacted your life, but you already told me about.
Yeah.
So I am going to pass to another question. You were so impressed with A Course in Miracles that you decided to teach. Can you tell us about your classes?
Yes, because myself, I have my inclination or my I feel I have a purpose to share, because this is a part of my I can say my talent is communication and sharing. So when because when I was in the spiritual group in the past, I was a speaker as well in my spiritual group to share what I learned with the audience. So when I learned A Course in Miracles, I feel it gave me a big relief and freedom, spiritually. So I wanted to share this kind of a perspective with friends or people who also caught up in the, older perspective, can help them to come out of that kind of limited concept about themselves and about the world. So I started to actually in the beginning I didn't come out to share. I was translating the books. I worked with a lady who was the Chinese translator of A Course in Miracles. I worked with her. I already translated two books for ACIM teachers. One is for Kenneth Webenick. It's just very famous. He's very famous, right? And another book is for also A Course in Miracle Teachers, Nuka Sanchez. So before I started to translate Jesus' autobiography, I already had experience to translate books for other ACIM teachers. So, what was I?
You were talking about the classes and training.
Oh, yeah. So
after
after I finished the translation of the second book for Nuka Sanchez, I was asked by the publisher to share this book, holding online classes to share this book. So that's the first time I came out to share publicly. But in the past, I just worked behind the scene in the translation work. So first time I came out to share publicly was to share about the book I translated. The name was The End of Death, also based on ACIM teachings. Yeah, but since then I had a strong urgent feeling that I would like to do this as my job instead of the previous office job. So I had a kind of inspiration and push toward that direction. But I didn't really quit my job to do these online classes until I came across Jesus' autobiography. Because maybe it will be related to your next questions. Yeah, because I knew Jesus' autobiography in one of the online classes of a teacher, Nuka Sanchez, her online class. And once I heard of this book, I ordered this book immediately, and I got the book. I remember it's in August 2016. I ordered that book 2016. Just after reading a few pages, I had a strong feeling that I needed to translate this book to share with the world. I don't know why. I just had a strong feeling. I even haven't finished the book. I just read, a couple of pages. I just have a strong urgent feeling. But later on, I mean, after this book published, I had a one-on-one session with Tina Spalding, the channel, the book, and Jesus told me that the feeling is they passing this feeling of I needed to translate this book is from them, not from me. So that's why I had a kind of a strong urge to do this, and because they told me that because they want this book to be published in a Chinese word in order to help people there, because that is the area they want this book to be spread, to be shared. So that is the that is in August 2016. So early 2017 January, I quit my job to dedicate the translation of a Jesus autobiography. So we had it published in Christmas 2017, very quick, just after.
Wow, yes.
1 year after I read the book, we have that published in Chinese. That is the brief story. But I feel lots of miracles and synchronicities during this process of searching the publisher and have it published. Many synchronicities and miracles. Yeah. So at the moment, I feel there must be some energy or something behind the scene to help this to be fulfilled. Yeah.
And that energy has some names. They are not the only ones, but Jesus and Ananda group.
Yeah.
Those are the ones behind. Have you translated other books from Tina also?
Yeah. After I quit the job and to dedicate myself in the translation of Jesus' autobiography, I didn't realize there will be many things waiting for me, because the Taiwan publisher, they signed a contract with Tina's publisher, the serious book channeled by Ananda and Jesus, So after finish this one, I continue to do another one continuously. Mm-hmm. So up to now, only one book, Great Minds Speak to You. This one we didn't have it translated and published, but all other series of the Tina's Ananda's book. This one, no,
because this is the new one.
This one I translated. This one I translated by myself and published in my public forum like the media, social media platform, but I didn't get a chance to have this book published in paperback because the publisher who published all of Tina's books, they closed the business. I think 2022. Yeah, they closed, so we didn't get a chance to have this book published. But the final book we published is A Year of Forgiveness. Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's why we came along with this community to gather all of us and help each other.
Yeah.
For example, right now we have 2 publishers dedicated exclusively to translate those books. They are Mind Sherpa, that right now is working only with the Spanish and Portuguese, but I already can see that we're going to be incorporating other language too, through the front person. For example, if it's for us to work together, we're going to be working with you for Chinese, and there is a person from Greek, others from Norway. And that's how we're going to help each other. And Jesus and Ananda is the ones that behind the scene is facilitating all that communication.
Yes.
Yes, it's really, really amazing. What are you going to, let's talk about your book, because I know you wrote a book.
Yes.
Now it's not in English, it's only in Chinese, but I'd like you to talk a little bit about your book.
Okay. This book is the one I published this year. The name is Living Simple Miracles. Living Simple Miracles. Because
sorry, go ahead.
No, you continue. Yeah.
Is there like a quote that you like? You probably have many, but would you like to read a quote for us? And you can do in Chinese. I know many people want to understand. I know there is some Chinese people listen to it, or we're going to listen later. And later on, we're going to put again another version that we're going to try to translate to English, those bits. But I would love to hear you reading in Chinese that quote. And if you want, then you can read again in English, but read in Chinese first, if you have one.
You mean the quote you sent it to me, or?
Oh, no, the one from your book.
Okay, the quote. Okay.
Yes, anyone that you like.
Okay. Okay. So, the main message I put in the back of my book is this. Now we are entering into the age of Aquarius. You want me to quote in English?
Or just reading Chinese first, and then
Okay. The main message in this book. 水平世纪是超越信仰而进入知晓的时代。我们的心灵不再向外依附某种教义或信条，也不再执着某种诠释或系统。我们会透过向内探求而明白自己是谁，并充分地活出心灵的自由和喜悦。Okay. So I translated it into English. It means the age of Aquarius is not the one. The age of Aquarius is the one where people transcend the belief into the knowing. Transcend the belief into the knowing. Our mind do not attach to any dogmas or doctrines. Also, we don't have any attachment to certain interpretations or systems. But instead, we will go inside to know who we are, and we will fully living the freedom and joy from our mind. Yeah.
Wow, that's very, very deep. I love it.
Yeah.
And really tells everything. That's the true freedom, and that's the true purpose of humanity. That's really be connected to the divine all the time. That's how we were in the time of Lemuria, but what was missing was the connection with the lower chakras, with the planet.
Yes, yes.
And that's why we're kind of held back. And now we are going to ascend, but without lose that connection to the lower chakras and with the planet.
Yes, yes.
And the time is now.
Yes, yes, that's
If
true.
you talk about that quote, let me read the quote in English, and then you can read in Chinese. Are you able to locate in the Chinese to read after me?
You mean the quote you sent it to
The
me?
quote from Jesus, my autobiography, is the before last paragraph of the introduction.
You mean this one?
Yes, you're gonna read in English, and then when you're ready, you read in Chinese. In English, it says like that.
Okay.
I am the one you call Jesus. I am the one who was referred to as the Son of God. But I'm not no more the Son of God than you. You are too. You are all sons and daughters of God, and we are all equal. Some are just further along the road. That is all.
Okay.
I love this quote, and it was chosen by Carlos. I thought it's really appropriated.
Okay, so I translate it into Chinese. Okay, 是的，上帝之子，但我不会比你更称得上上帝之子，因为你也是。我们全都是上帝的子女，我们都是平等的。只不过有一些人在这条路上走得比较远，仅此而已。
I didn't understand anything, but I know my soul did. I like to joke, like I speak three languages and I learn Italian right now, and English is on the line. But I decided that Chinese and Japanese will go to a next life. I'm not sure if there will be another life in me. But I like to joke like that. So is that okay if I show everyone your website?
Yes, you want me to show?
I have it here. Actually, I can give you permission and you can share if you want.
Oh, you mean you want me to share screen, or do you want to share the link?
Let me share the screen. I think it will be easier.
Yeah, because I sent it to you, the link. Yeah.
Yeah, I already have it. Let me see.
Yeah, you can share the link.
I have it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to see?
Yes.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I already get in today, so it's not asking to translate, but if you enter the first time, it will ask you to translate it to English. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know Chinese like me, you may want to translate to English. And here on the, you know what, when you are in the line, okay, it went up. So you have the courses. I understand those are for the Course in Miracles.
Based on the.
Yes, you can. Do you have like in person or they're online?
Group. This is the group class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the one you are pointing now is the one based on the book that I wrote. It's a kind of a combination of all the teachings I received from Jesus and Ananda and all the extended research and study by myself based on their teachings. So I incorporate all the information, all the learning I had.
It's kind of a summary of the book.
Yeah, integration. Yeah. And many important message from the 40 days and 40 nights. Jesus' message. I also like include in this book to let people have like a immediate understanding about the timing we are in and what is the most important lesson we need to learn. So this book, so the classes that you are pointing right now is based on this book, but this book is kind of a cooperation or integration of all the learnings I had from Jesus and Ananda and all my previous learning from my spiritual journey. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I wish you would translate this book one day to English because I would love to read it.
But I'm not English, not my first language, So,
It's not
learning.
mine either.
Yeah, that's true. But you are translating the English to your mother language, right? Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
doing I'm doing just like
Normally,
you.
the
Yeah.
translator will translate the foreign language to the mother language because your mother language is the one you master better, right? Yeah.
Oh, let me just tell a quick story. When I was in 2023, I was inspired to do the lessons of Course in Miracles in Spanish with the Jesus commentary from this book that it wasn't translated to Spanish yet, or at least was not available. And then I was complaining to Jesus, why you want me to translate this book to Spanish? I'm not gonna never publish because Spanish is not my first language. I never do because it wouldn't be fair with the people that speak Spanish. Needs to be somebody that really can integrate all the characters of the language.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. When me to do it, I do it. And actually, that was for me to get more confident with my Spanish because right now I'm working with Carlos, with the publisher, and I would say 80-90% of my work with him is in Spanish.
Okay.
And because I spent a year translating the book and doing the lessons in Spanish, so I feel very confident to speak in Spanish. Everything
good.
always have a purpose. Let's go back to your to your website. That's beautiful. There is a lot of things here. I'm not gonna go through everything. I let the people doing their one, but here, that's the part I'd like you to see. Here, people are able to buy the books, right, that you translate. Are they able to buy from here?
No, because unfortunately, like I said, the publisher, they have closed the business 2 years ago. But last year, they still can sell the stock, but afterward, they closed the whole business. So they returned the copyright to Tina. So after that, they could not sell this book anymore. Yeah, that's why that's the, que pena, see.
That's why Jesus brought you us, say, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, but I just trust the process. I think there must be other direction we can go. So I just, like Jesus always said, acceptance, the first thing we need to,
patience, because in 2022, I translated the book, A Year of Forgiveness to Portuguese. By doing the lessons in Portuguese also online, and then I translated the book. And I started looking for publisher. I couldn't find it. And then I just say, okay, you asked me to translate, you send me the publisher when it's time. I'm not going to be thinking about this anymore. And then I was busy translating to Spanish. But then suddenly I had a meeting in January of this year with Tina in the Expo Consciousness in Los Angeles. And she talked to me about Carlos. I contact Carlos. And for my surprise, he already knew he would be working with the Portuguese translation. Because his guys was already prompting him as you're going to work with the Portuguese translations. How? I don't speak Portuguese. I don't see it. So when I talked to him, and then it was clear for him, and it was a great surprise for me when I realized that he could publish the books to Portuguese. So you don't really need to worry too much about the process. Just do what you've been guided to and really trust the process.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. just like the first time I tried to do this, I didn't realize what would be happening in the future. But since it just roll out naturally, yeah,
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
yeah,
I don't understand anything, but I love it. It's beautiful.
yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing and let's talk about channeling now. I learned that you channel Jesus and Ananda in Chinese.
Yes, yes.
Would you like to tell us how that happened? When happened?
Okay.
How was the
Yeah.
experience?
Okay, that's a story behind. Actually, when I was doing the translation for Tina's book, in doing this work, I could feel there's energy behind me, and I could feel my perception or my understanding was elevated to a certain level where I can really understand and beyond words. Sometimes when I translate, I chose a word, but I couldn't. When I type, on my keyboard, I couldn't have this word come out. But then I changed it another word to see if this one maybe more like a in alignment with but better word to translate this concept, and then the word come out. Many times I had that kind of experience, and I realized they were helping me to choose the right words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a very I can say very special experience or strange experience, and very very interesting. When I was doing the last book, I think the name is You Can Release Yourself from Karma of Chaos. That book, there were because there are many extraterrestrials, messages in this book. And then when I was translating their message, I tried to connect with the source of the message, any specific extraterrestrial group, and I had a different feeling of their energy. So I started to realize when I was doing the translation, actually I was channeling in a different way,
Yeah.
Yeah, because using my word to interpret their message. But in 2028, I went to South Spring Island to join Tina's retreat. The first day when Ananda came through Tina, and I had a strong feeling of like an energy vortex above my head. And I feel strange, a bit like a pressure, energy, like energy vortex or energy ball. And I checked with another members. He actually already was channeling in that time. He lives in Australia, and I asked him, do you feel like some energy above your head? And he said, yeah. I also feel that. This is how people channel, So I realized, that not only me had that feeling that there's energy above my head, but after that retreat, when I came back to New Zealand, I feel the energy came with me all the time. Every time when I wake up, as long as I tune in, you can say tune in, yeah. I could feel the energy always with me. And sometimes I have feeling that back of my head, there are pressures. It feels like they have some message to tell me, hey, I need to pay attention. I feel the back of my hair like it needs some heat. And I asked my husband, can you feel the back of my hair like it's heating up, And then he touched my hair. Oh yeah, it's heating up, That kind of very strange
Let
feeling.
me ask you a question.
And then I had realized they want me to do the direct channel for them in order for them to speak in Chinese to reach the Chinese audience directly. And later on, I realized that because even though we all are inspired by the Jesus teaching and Ananda's teaching, but however, culture difference also is a fact. So for Chinese people, they
Only the translation
some of the message, the channel through Tina were more related to the Western cultures. You know why? Because to reach Western people, but in Eastern cultures, sometimes they need to use more Asian or Eastern related background to reach people. Use the language they can relate it to have a better understanding of their teachings. So that's why they urge me to do the channeling publicly. So since I think late 2022, yeah, I started to channel in my online classes. Yeah, but in the beginning I was a bit nervous, and the message was short. But later, when I had more confidence, and the message, just came out more naturally. Oh, the day when I started to do the channeling was the day when Tina, she had a retreat, like a celebration of 9 years with Ananda, or 10 years with Ananda. I think there was an event, to invite all the channelers to join this channeling event to do their own channeling. And I sent message to Carol to let her know that actually on the same day, because the event is for English, audience. So I didn't join that event, but I sent a message to Carol telling her that actually on the same day I was doing my own channeling. The first day I did the channeling publicly in my classes. Yeah. That's the story.
Oh, that's amazing. I know that you have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And I think I'm the first subscriber.
Thank you.
Are you planning to do the channeling videos and post in YouTube?
Actually, now you can see many clips of my channeling class was posted on YouTube. So in YouTube, you also can see some of the channeling messages.
I will take another look there. I thought I didn't see any video there yet. So you already have some there.
Yeah. Some of the clips was edited from my online classes.
Oh, I see.
Posted there. And in the beginning, I didn't show up my face like a real channeling, but later on, I just had it. I have no fear, so I just
nothing to fear.
Yeah. Just edit. Just put the channeling part. Directly from my classes and post on the video on YouTube.
Let me ask you: Do you channel then only in Chinese, or can you channel in English too?
I haven't done English, but sometimes when I have
would you like to do an experiment? It can be short because we have about 20 minutes, but it can extend also. Many people want to understand, but I would ask a question. I'd like to know from Jesus and Ananda. They decide who is going to come up. A message for humanity, for your culture at that time. All those crazy things that's going on, how people can best take care of themselves to get in alignment with their true self and overcome all the craziness that is in the mainstream media right now. I ask you to do in Chinese, and then later on, you can try in English. I don't know if that will work out or not, but either way, it's fine, and only if you feel comfortable. But
so you want me to do the channeling now for the question you asked, right?
Yes, for the Chinese, if you are okay to do it.
You want the channel in Chinese?
I'm sorry, not Chinese. I don't know why I thought I was speaking Japanese.
You want them to channel through me directly in using a Chinese language, you mean that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to understand, but that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. But normally when Jesus came through me, he will use different opening greeting. different from Tina. He always say, "I'm your brother, I'm your brother, Jesus." Yeah, to make us like feel more closer than putting him on the higher stage. Yeah. So just let you know this. Yeah.
I close my eyes so I can feel it. I feel a not understandable feeling.
好，我是你们的兄长耶稣。我很高兴今天有这个机会，透过这个采访的场合，与不同语言的观众们接触。我希望你们了解的是，虽然过去我的人生故事，我的名号是西方的宗教传统奉为核心的人物，但我的教导，我想与世人分享的讯息是普世性的心灵课题，因为你们人类几千年来在思想信念的层面受到了误导，使你们对于自己生命的真相，对于宇宙造化源头的真相有了很深的曲解。过去在我出生的时代，我所教导的就是让世人、让百姓知道生命的真相。但那个时候，由于西方的历史背景，由于当时的掌权者的控制，使得我的讯息无法精确地传递给人们，甚至受到了扭曲，成为你们现今普遍不论东西方的人所植入心中的对我耶稣的刻板印象或错误的概念。所以我透过耶稣我的自传这本书，就是想要来澄清真相，让世人明白我真实的教诲。虽然不论东西方的人们，不论有没有宗教的信仰，都知道耶稣这个名号，都知道十字架的故事，但普遍世人所接受的故事，以及对我的教导的认识是扭曲的，并非我真实的教诲。所以这个时候，我以我的自传来澄清我的故事，来告诉世人我真实的身份，以及你们人类几千年来所受到的思想的操控或扭曲。为什么这个时候来出版这本书，也就是我的自传？是因为你们人类已经来到了一段我们经常说的灵性时节尾声，也就是一段经历一个时代的转捩点。过去受到蒙蔽的真相，会在这个时候被揭示出来，人们会开始逐渐恢复对自己生命本质的认识，也因此这个时候，我的自传启发到世界上不论是东西方的人，有许多的语文被翻译，以接触到更多的读者。 为什么有这么多的人受到启发去翻译我的自传？正是因为现在是你们普遍觉醒的时候，你们开始对生命的真相感到共鸣，你们开始走出旧有的教义和信条，你们从内心深处知道什么才是真相。所以我的自传在这个时候出版及普及，就是要让你们对自己内在的感知，对于你们内在的肯定更有信心。近几年，甚至未来几年，你们都会持续面临时代的动荡，而我希望你们了解的是，这是一个必经的过程，因为当你们开始发现真相的时候，会对于你们旧有的信念系统带来很大的冲击，这会显现在你们的社会运作的层面。当你们知道你们社会运作的基础是根据恐惧、根据限制，而不是爱，你们开始会从你们的生活层面发生转变，而这样的转变也会使你们害怕走出过往的舒适圈，所以你们个人也会经历一种自我的调整，也就是开始走出旧有的惯性，以能够让你们的生活、让你们的言行符合你们现在新的认知以及生命的真相。所以外在的世界永远是你们内心的反照，你们内在的清理过程也会呈现在外在世界的动荡中。所以我与阿南达一路以来勉励你们，建议你们的就是把焦点放在自身。既然外在的世界都是反照出你们内心的状态，那么如何在动荡的局势中能够平安的经历你们的人生，稳定你们的生活，还是要从你们内心深处着手，也就是去澄清你们错误扭曲的信念。这也是我传下奇迹课程的目的，帮助你们移除使你们体验不到爱的障碍，而这个障碍就是你们心中对自己生命真相的曲解，对宇宙造化源头的曲解，使你们能够由恐惧转向爱，回到爱，因为爱才是你们生命的本质与真相。所以不要害怕外在的动荡，而是知道你们是自己经验的创造者，你们是自己的人生的主人，你们绝对有能力可以去驾驭你们的人生，你们有能力可以去改变你们所经验的现实，但你们必须知道创造的法则。这也是我长期以来不论是透过蒂娜或透过这位传讯人所要告诉你们的真相。创造的法则就是明白自己内心的运作。因此当你们感到不平安、不知所措的时候，可以回到我所提供的教诲，不论是奇迹课程，或是我与阿南达合作的书系，以及我所传导的耶稣我的自传， 当你们从这些书中获得启发，认识自己力量之后，你们开始会走出内心的恐惧，你们会开始知道自己应该如何修正自己的观点，并且以爱为出发点，去创造你们所经验的一切。以上是我透过这个场合给予你们的勉励和祝福，而我也很高兴主持人获得启发，来开办这种采访的活动，让更多人认识我的自传。重要的不是在于书籍本身，而是在于这些书籍能够帮助你们恢复你们对自己生命真相的认识。所以希望你们能够着眼在这项工作的终极目标，也就是认识真正的自己。我是你们的兄长耶稣，我期待日后还有机会再有这样的场合与你们接触，我们下次再会。Okay.
Wow,
Long, I didn't expect quite
that's
long.
amazing.
Have you feel something?
I felt very relaxed, like my worries and like a heart opening. And I think first Jesus started and then Ananda. Is that correct?
Yeah, he mentioned
Opposite,
Ananda,
yeah.
but I think Ananda joined him in this transmission.
Yeah.
But using his voice. Yeah. He didn't mention Ananda, I think. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Would you like to try to do in English?
Maybe English will be different message, right?
Yes, it can be a different message. Let's just say a message for whoever is watching or watch later.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. In my channel, Carol started doing channeling in Spanish. You may start channeling in English.
Okay. So maybe this time, maybe
no
not
pressure. No pressure.
Okay, but maybe not necessary to be Jesus. Maybe perhaps
no, it can be Ananda.
Yeah, it can be Ananda coming through. Okay, we will try. Okay. We are Ananda. We are your guides and teachers. We are very happy for the first time to speak through this channel, Clare, in English directly. We, the higher beings in higher realms, we didn't have a discrimination toward races or countries. We see you human as energy or light beings. We can say that. When we are trying to communicate with the humans, we will use channel to reach certain people, certain group, certain culture people. So we will choose specifically a proper channel who can really, in alignment with our energy, can let our message go through without any distortion. So this channel, Claire, she has been practicing A Course in Miracles for more than 12 years. And she also dedicated in sharing the message of Jesus and our teachings. So we can feel her energy is in alignment with our intention. So just let you know that if you want to connect with the higher realm, or what you call the 5D or higher beings, you have to elevate your consciousness, elevate your energy to in alignment with theirs in order for them to come to you or speak to you, not necessarily speak out publicly. Maybe they will speak to you in your mind. This is how this channel, Claire, she reached us by her intention, by her inspiration to translate our books. She already put her energy, put her vibration in alignment with our realm, so we can through her we can speak to proper audience who need help, who need our guidance. We, Anandas, as you all know, we are a collect group of consciousness. So in our group, we also have a different beings, also have different background. Some of them had experience in what you call the Eastern world, the ancient teachings, so they can speak through this being, Claire, to share their understanding of the truth of the reality and the true spiritual principles. The purpose of sharing this message is to let you know that for those who would like to be our channel, firstly, you have to clarify your mind and your intention. As long as you clarify your mind to have a pure intention to share the truth, to share love with people, then we, Ananda, we would like to use your voice to reach people, to help people. Since the first time we contacted Tina Spalding, we already told her our purpose of contacting people at this time is to help you experience or go through this period of what you call ascension. Ascension is the elevation of your perception, is to know the truth about yourself. So ascension happens from inside out. It's not something happen from outside and push you to ascend. So for those of you who have read our teachings from Tina's book, you already knew that we work with Jesus to share his teachings as well, because you human beings have many misconceptions about the truth of who you are and the truth of God. And the main block in your mind is the concept of the sin and guilt. So this is the main block that disconnect you from higher realms. That's why we, Ananda, we work with Jesus to help you human beings to clarify your mind using his teaching, A Course in Miracles. But we know that many people will be caught up in the languages or the way the Course express. Sometimes they don't know how to incorporate this concept into their living life. So we, Ananda, we transmit messages through Tina, by the publishing of our books, to teach people how to how to live these principles in their daily lives. So that's why many people, they can really living the course principles in their daily lives, not just intellectual, not just a concept. This is the main goal of our cooperation with Jesus. We are very happy we can transmit information through this being Clare in this occasion, and we hope by your effort of establishing a community of publishing agency, you can, through this platform, connect people worldwide from different cultures in order that people can understand you are really one mind. We mean you are really living in oneness, not separated. Your desire is the same because your truth is the same. Like the quote just mentioned, we should say, we are all children of God. We are Ananda. We are very happy to share this message with you in this interview. And we hope maybe in the future, we still have a chance to speak directly through this being Clare in English directly. We wish you well in the new year. We'll see you later.
I knew you couldn't.
I didn't know.
The reason why I know is I'm very familiar with channeling because in Brazil it's a very common thing. Mm-hmm. And I also a channel, but I do through automatic writing and intuition, downloads, those type of things. Yes. I'm not a trance channel, at least not yet. And I already wrote a message from Jesus in all the 3 languages. So I know it's possible. The only block that there is the ones that we put.
Yes, yes.
And actually, they are able even to, for example, you would be able to channel Ananda in Portuguese if you believe you can, because it's possible. The reason why they don't do is because our mental structure is designed in a way. And if something,
because in the library, our library, we don't store this library in our.
If something suppresses your belief drastically, it can create some problem. So that's why they don't do it.
Yeah. Yes.
For example, we have a medium in Brazil. His name is Divaldo Franco, and he automatic writing message all over the world in many different language that he doesn't know. He has no idea, but because he know it's possible, and he completely take his mind aside and let it happen. And so it's possible. The only blocks is the ones that we put. And I'm very happy that now you can also channel in English.
Yeah.
Yes. This interview was amazing. Surprisingly, I wasn't really planning to go all this way. And it was amazing that many of the questions that I wrote down, and then before they ask you, we already answered. That was amazing. That show how connected our energy is.
Yes.
It was really a pleasure to have you here.
Me too. Yeah.
And I ask for you guys that is watching to subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to 1,000.
Oh,
and also subscribe to Claire's channel. It's right in the description. You won't miss it. Claire, do you have a final message for us, everybody that's watching, from you this time?
Okay. So I would like to say, just follow your heart, yeah, because there are many mainstream messages, mainstream teachings, but not necessarily the mainstream will be in alignment with the truth, but your heart will know what is truth. Yeah, just like Jesus always, we have a guidance system. Our heart will always tell you what is true. So just follow your heart, not the mainstream. This is what I would like to, share. Yeah.
Thank you. That's very, very well said. Thank you, everyone that is watching. We have some people very active here on the live stream. We have Laura. Thank you, Laura, for all your interaction. There is someone from Mind Sherpa also, and other people. Thank you, everyone that's watching. It was really a pleasure to have Clare here with us. And I hope that everybody enjoy this very unique interview that we're going to say. And I hope to have you again. And thank you again, Clary.
Thank you.
I just met you, but I already love you even before I knew you. And I hope to see you soon. And thank you everyone that is watching and that will be watching later.